guys, so how's it going? You probably noticed by how the intro of this video was that we're going to be talking about how I get different shots. Usually it's mainly slider type shots or movement from left to right, panning, somewhere along those lines. But I'll show you some of the tools that I used to get those shots, and one that I made today that I'll probably use to get a couple different shots, mainly probably more stuff in like the motorcycle industry or cars, or you could actually use it for a lot of different shots that you want to get. I don't know if I'm going to use it more on the drone side of things, but a lot of this stuff I use as tools when I go out there and shoot stuff for other work and things that I'm doing, along with the drones and stuff like that. So let's get into some of the different shots that I do. Alright, so the shot that you saw on the opening scene, which I could play again, a lot of those type of shots are usually best done by using some sort of, like say the Phantom, that was done using a Mavic, and those are best to get tracking shots of cars and other moving objects. I like to use those mainly just because just stability and the speed and everything that I could do. I could get it a lot quicker than before. The old way to do it was to be in a car, usually have a gimbal or something, you'd have to drive next to that person. We all know that this shot is always going to be a way more practical and easier shot. It's easier to do. If done safely and everything, you can get it done out in the open, on a street, things like that. You just have to make sure that you're in the right area and always make sure it's done to the best knowledge of your safety and everything. Usually we do it on streets and stuff that we know it's like a closed street or somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic. This shot was used with a couple different attachments that I will show you now. Let's get into it and I'll show you pretty much how I created that shot. Okay, so here's the setup that I used to get this shot. I know some of you guys on Instagram asked me a couple questions on this section right here. We'll go over that, and I'll start from the bottom, basically going to the top. And starting at the bottom, I used a couple different tripods, and I mainly didn't like the ones that were the ball style tripods that you usually see. You guys might have seen those. You can kind of bend them around things and stuff like that. The really small ones tend to move and they just don't hold anything up very well. I ended up finding this one. It's called the Ultrapod. I believe I have a link below. If not, I'll put it there and you guys could get it off of Amazon. This is a very sturdy tripod, and it could be actually like Velcro to different things using like a Velcro strap, and it's worked very well for me. Haven't had any issues with it. It comes in a couple different sizes. I believe this is their large size, and I also have their small size, and this is by far my favorite small tripod that I've found so far. Let's get to the middle section of this here. What this is, you guys might have seen, is there's a couple things that are like they're egg timers. They move the camera from left to right. So for the main part, you guys already know this is an iPhone 7 inside of just one of these cradles. These cradles you could get, they come with different, like, you know, the selfie sticks and things like that. You could buy these separate. And what this is, this has adjustments on there. There's egg timer ones you could actually turn and it actually moves like an egg timer. I find these electric ones to actually be a lot smoother. I'm going to turn it on here so you guys can see. So right now it's on, and this center section here, you could make it do continuous circle left or right, depending on which way you want to go, or it'll do a sweeping path. So it's on right now, and you could see that it's having a full circular turn of what's going on. So see how it's going back and forth? I have it switched in the center to where it'll pan both ways. So you can get the shot in both directions. I did have it on the time-lapse feature on the iPhone 7, so you saw a lot of the moving water that was moving, but you got the nice panning feature of this unit here. And you could just go on Amazon and look it up, and look up anything that says like egg timer, slider, anything like that. This one should pop up. I believe it's like one of the top selling ones in Amazon now. Before I kind of had to search for it, but this thing has done very well. It has an internal battery. You just plug it in, it lasts for a very long time. Plug it in to charge and it's good to go. So that is the setup that I used for that shot. So the shot that you just saw in the shop was done with this little guy right here. I just ended up making this thing today, and it was quite a lot of fun to do it. I go to the camera shop quite a bit, and they sell the metal sliders that usually you see for a couple $100, and for the most part I don't feel like spending a couple $100 for something that I know I can make. And on top of that, you always have your equipment and everything that you have to buy in general just to make that slider work. So you're looking at a lot of money for a pretty simple slider to do. I had some old skateboard trucks that were laying around. I brought in the short wheelbase because if you kept the long wheelbase of a skateboard, you couldn't get from one side of the table without the skateboard falling off. So if you shorten up the wheelbase, you could still get that motion. This here is just a session gimbal that you could basically, I could undo this section here, turn it in any direction that I want, and then I could get the desired shot that I need. So it's very practical and everything. I could put a little string that's on the truck right there. I could pull it like I did for the shot in the shop, and you get everything that you need out of it with the ball head going through. Like I said, it was very simple to make. This was just a board that I had, and I just put a bolt straight through the bottom that would attach to this ball head, and that was basically it to get this type of shot. So a lot of stuff that you might be needing sometimes you could just get with simple stuff that's in your garage already to get the shot, and you got to be a little bit creative just as much as you are creative in the videos. So hopefully you guys like also seeing things like this, along with seeing something that's a little bit more money on the side of like the little setup I had with a tripod, and then you have something that's a lot more money, like something like a drone, all to get similar shots, but they all are needed to get the shot sometimes that you want. Alright, so hopefully you guys like this video on the things that I use to get different kinds of shots. I'm going to be doing videos like this a little bit more often just because I do like showing you guys some of the behind the scenes stuff I do to some of these videos, and I know some of you guys are sometimes curious about the different stuff that I do because I get the questions for them. One other thing that I wanted to go about is talking about these motors. These are the Sunny Sky 2305 2300 motors. They are beautiful looking motors. Cosmetically, everything is very good about them. They have a very strong bell. You can really tighten your screws on them without having anything strip out. They feel really smooth. I tried flying these. I'd love to do a video for them, but they are sending me more because I did have a weird issue that I've never came across with one of the motors, and they want to send me more and everything because they said they want to get it right before they start really putting it out there for everybody to buy. Right now I think you could buy them through the factory direct, like have minimum orders if you're like a store or something like that, but until they really put it out there, they want to get it done right. But I will have a review on these motors because some of you guys saw me have these motors again on my Instagram. I went to throw these on there. These are the Emax red bottom motors. I've never flown these. These have been sitting on my shelf for a while, so I'm gonna put these on my 5-inch that I've really been loving flying this. I'm in between. I did use that Betaflight board and I put it on, and I'm not going to do a video yet on it because I'm still like tweaking some things. It is amazing, and the new KISS firmware that Steel gave me on this 5-inch is amazing as well. It is very hard to decide, but Betaflight feels a lot like this KISS setup here, so I think I'm just going to keep this KISS setup on here because why change a good thing. And yeah, I'm gonna try these Emax motors finally. This is the first time I'm ever trying Emax. I know the white ones are out, but I had these sitting and I'm sure they're good motors. So like I said, I really want to try these out. These feel so smooth when they are flying. I just had that problem with that one motor. They don't have the crazy magnets or anything like that. They are perfect. There's not a lot of cogging, so there's really no issue of mid-throttle oscillation or anything like that. But that being said, I hope that you guys enjoy this, and if you guys notice any difference, this is all shot in 4K with the Panasonic GH5, and yeah, this is going to be my new thing, is everything's going to be pretty much shot in 4K, so if you guys have a 4K TV or anything like that, or computer, bump up that resolution. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you guys later. Stay nasty. Peace out.